which is for learning target number 3. I can identify independent, dependent, and control variables. I'm going to read the passage, and if you want to pause at any point and answer the questions as we go, that's just fine. Before I start reading, I'll go over again what an independent, dependent, and control variables are. Control variables are those constants. That's what's going to stay the same throughout the entire experiment. An independent variable is what you're testing. It's what you're going to change on purpose in the experiment. What the dependent variable is the thing that you are measuring. So it's what's being measured or observed during the experiment, and it's changing in response to whatever your independent variable is. So we'll start reading right here, The Dogged Investigation by James P. Levere, The Tale of the Other Dog. Experiment number 1. Pierre Joachim Chin loved to tinker, trying to improve things, even paper clips and mouse traps. On his birthday, his wife gave him a puppy, so he set out to make a better dog food. Pretty soon, he came up with a mixture of special vitamins he was proud of, and he began feeding it to his puppy. After a year, Pierre was very pleased with the way the puppy had grown, and he showed his friends pictures of the dog. "That's nothing," one friend said. "What did the dog look like before you started giving it the special food?" So Pierre produced pictures of the dog when it was a tiny puppy. By comparing the pictures, you could see the puppy had indeed grown. "That's still nothing," the friend countered. "All puppies grow." So you should be able to answer number 1 at this point, which is what is wrong with Pierre's first dog experiment? So what was wrong with how Pierre performed that first experiment? Why would it not work or be valid? All right, experiment number 2. Undaunted, Pierre set out to raise another puppy on his special food. Fortunately, it happened that his son had brought home a collie puppy just days before. Pierre went to the pound and brought home a second dog, a small mutt. Thus began his second experiment. To prove that his dog food was better than standard dog food, Pierre added his special vitamin mixture to some commercial dog food and labeled it A. Then he labeled the second kind of dog food B and did not add his special mixture. His son's collie received food A, and the mutt received food B. After a year of this, he brought the dogs to the company picnic and proudly displayed them both. The collie had grown nearly twice the size of the mutt. "You think you made some pretty good dog food, huh?" said Pierre's rival at work, Johnny Walters. "You can't say nothing about how good your special food is. Collies always grow more than little mutts." Eileen Farr was skeptical too. "You never fed them the same stuff, Pierre. You have to feed them both the same stuff to prove anything." So based on that experiment 2, let's see, you should be answering number 2 here. What is one mistake Pierre made in his second experiment? So what was wrong with what he did in that second experiment there? All right, final experiment, experiment 3. Pierre realized he had made 2 mistakes this time, and he vowed that the third time his conclusions would be so compelling that no one could doubt them. So Pierre went back to work. He invested some of his savings in twin male beagles, identical puppies from the same litter. He restricted the puppies to a standard dry dog meal and let them drink only water from his garden hose. He called them Dog A and Dog B. Dog A got Pierre's special vitamin mixture with his dog meal, and Dog B did not. That year's picnic was quite a success. Pierre brought his dogs and a balance. From the dogs' identical collars hung brass letters of identical mass saying Dog A and Dog B. He even brought the 2 bags of dog food, identical except for the addition of his vitamins to bag A. "Hey, you have quite a thing going on here," admitted Johnny Walters, smiling and petting Dog A. "Dog A sure did grow," said Eileen. "But poor little Dog B. If you don't want it, I'll take it home." Dog A weighed a full 2 kilograms more than his brother, Dog B, after only 1 year, and there wasn't a bit of extra fat beneath its glossy coat. Dog B was as delightful and sweet as Dog A, and its coat was as shiny, but it was not a bit heavier than the average beagle. Pierre had learned from his experiences. When his boss, Mr. Fitzgerald, called him in to congratulate him on his successful dog food work, Within 2 hours, Pierre and Mr. Fitzgerald were in the company limo on their way to make a presentation to a leading dog food company. Within a month, Pierre had business cards identifying him as Pierre J. Chin, experimental dietitian, and a 6-figure contract with a dog food company to market his special vitamin mix to the worldwide. All right, question number 3 here. What is the independent variable in Pierre's third experiment? Question 4, what is the dependent variable in Pierre's third experiment? Question 5, list the controls or constants in Pierre's third experiment. Think also what control group exists here. What group did, or what dog did not have anything added to it special? And number 6, what experimental errors might have existed in Pierre's third experiment? So go back up, look at the other side for some evidence here. Think hard and go ahead and write in your answers. That concludes the audio recording here.